So a $300 million exit is not the reason to stop working for you.
No. And yeah, look, it's obviously very easy for people to say this after they've had an exit, right? Everyone always says, "Oh, it's not about the money after the exit," right? Yeah, of course, yeah. And I think that's a bit disingenuous, right? Because honestly, when I was 25, that was all a lot of what I was thinking about, right? And what I was working towards, right? So yeah, look, it's a bit disingenuous to say that, but honestly, again, I'll go back to that point around seeking fulfillment rather than happiness, right? Like people have this, there's an obsession with like today's society around seeking happiness and being happy. Yeah. I don't think it's healthy. Yeah. I think, if you're going to describe yourself as happy, happy is just a relative feeling, right? And if what you're searching for is happiness, then there must be unhappiness, right? Yeah. At the opposite end of the scale. And so the people who are constantly searching for happiness, typically they're very unhappy a lot of the time as well. And so I try and look for fulfillment, and fulfillment comes through struggle, right? It comes through trying things which are risky, which you may fail at, right? You may fail at something, and you may feel a bit of disappointment, and you have to learn from that and kind of go on to the next stage, and then when you succeed, it's really fulfilling, right? Of course. And whether you equate that to happiness is another question, but for me, that's kind of what I seek. And if I were to stop working after selling a company, and go on this kind of journey of seeking happiness, the people who I've seen do that, who've sold companies, have ended up very unhappy, right? Where they've retired too early, they get drawn into probably quite an unhealthy lifestyle, even if they're, excluding like alcohol or drugs or anything, even, just not having a structure around your day, and, people who are reliant on you and people you are accountable to, just makes, I think, people lose their way, their brains slow down, right? Yeah. You typically see this with people when they retire in old age, right? Their brains immediately slow down, and people say it's the start of them dying, right? Yeah. And so for me, given I'd seen some of my friends go through that, I thought I definitely don't want that to be me. If financially, I'll be fine for the rest of my life for sure. Unless we have World War III or something, or the dollar breaks down, but I should be fine. And so really, it's about having some fulfillment. I don't yet have kids, but I do want to have kids. And I think one of the only reasons I've been successful is my mum set me, and my dad set me a very good example of being very hardworking. And I want to set a good example for my kids. I want to be fulfilled in what I'm doing on a daily basis. I want to build things. And so, there was never a question that I was going to stop working or retiring after the sale of a company, however much I sold it for.
I read this biography of Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
I completely changed how I thought about him, because for many years, I thought of him as a miserable man.
Really?
Who sacrificed he was amazing at what he did as an Apple founder. But I thought, he was a miserable man, because people often talk about how he was a miserable man. But when I read his biography, I thought, no, he was actually deeply fulfilled. He just didn't care much about this kind of happiness.
Yeah.
He didn't chase it. He didn't chase it. And then people thought, because he's not chasing it, he's miserable. But this is what you kept talking about in the beginning of our conversation. Fulfillment and happiness are different things.
And fulfillment comes through struggle, right? It comes from being in uncomfortable places and doing uncomfortable things, and from taking risks and being willing to fail. And unfortunately, pretty much every piece of media out there, mainstream media, our education system, our psychiatrists and mental health and public health systems all teach us to search for happiness. And that's why I think so many people are unhappy.
Miserable.
Honestly, I think it is, right? It's like the pursuit of happiness leads to misery.